Lost him. And you know what? It was just about to get good, too. It was just getting good. We lost
Should
him.
we take the break and maybe he'll call back? I don't know.
You know what? We can take the break, and we can see if Ethan can reconnect with him, because I want to hear where he goes with that answer. I don't know. CJ, I'm just saying, we just started bringing up some deep stuff, and then it gets cut off. Is the Illuminati listening to the show? Just saying.
Welcome back to the show. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
That's it. I'm going home.
Dang, man.
See ya.
I wouldn't even be on the air on any of our stations before 8 o'clock. I don't know where that came from. Reading, it's hard.
Well, I think when you have a I'll say in all candor, when you're in a foreign country and a monkey in a diaper sitting on your head, you're asking for trouble.
Discussion can end there. That's right. Boom. It's a definitive statement on the issue. Now we move on.
So how many times have you thought about that was a bad idea that I had a monkey on my head since you had the monkey on your head?
Every time I go visit Dr. Pellegrino, my personal doctor. Do you know what it's like to tell your doctor that?
Well, Doc, I also had a monkey. Excuse me? Had a monkey on my head with a diaper on. I bet you that's the first time Dr. Ron has ever heard that one. He's probably heard a lot of things.
He's heard a lot. Yeah, Dr. Ron has.
He's one of the great West Virginians. He's up there from the Northern Panhandle.
He's awesome.
Tremendous.
Yeah, Dr. Ron. Good dude.
We were talking in my office a little earlier, and a phrase that Ryan used that I was really kind of gobsmacked over. He started a sentence with me. He said, "We were watching football on Thursday."
I know, he did the same thing to me. He did this. Is this like Earth 2?
I said, what?
He came back and started telling me about the Cowboys and the Chiefs game.
I know.
And you were watching the Lions game on Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
what happened? What happened to our little Ryan?
Well, when my Uncle Bill and my Uncle Chris asked if I want to watch football with them, I don't say no.
Okay.
So because I'm not a recluse anymore.
So if you have uncles that are big sports fans, do you get some creds? Are you like, hey, I'm actually kind of a sports show? It's syndicated.
Well, I don't.
Statewide.
Well, I don't want this to be a sports show.
Second game this season that Honors had 8 threes. Second time he's had 8 threes, and his coach has pulled him out with over 4 minutes to go.
You're up 40.
Yeah, but coach just does not want to see him get that record.
There may have been a discussion about that on exactly where he was in the number.
Did you let him know this time?
But there was a discussion about where he was with the number. But at the end of the day, Ross decided the juice not worth the squeeze there. With 3.5 minutes left is when he pulled him out after the timeout there. And that's a guy with a lot of minutes on his in his body. You need to rest him. But 2 out of 11, you got to think maybe he's going to approach that again. Here's what's wild. In those 2 games where he's just been one off of Alex Ruoff's record, he's now a combined 16 of 20 from 3 in those 2 games. So he didn't just make 8 threes, guys. He was 8 of 11 last night. He was 8 of 9 when he did it before. 16 of 20 combined in those 2 games.
Across this great state of West Virginia, welcome in high school game nights. I chuckle a little bit, folks, because it said early edition.
As compared to the
Only
rest
edition.
of the edition, yeah.
Yeah. Tonight is going to be interesting, to say the least.
10 seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
You had a moment of clarity about when it all started to make sense for you?
It did, because I didn't want to be a filmmaker growing up. I didn't even know what filmmaking was growing up. I used to watch Oprah and Katie Couric, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be you. And I worked at West Virginia University's radio station, had a very thick accent. People would call in and make fun of me. And so I asked my roommates, my college roommates who were from Baltimore, to teach me how to talk differently.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a loss, I feel, from that. And it's probably one of the reasons why I love documenting people that are authentic. Like, I don't know if I'm authentic, but I think the people I find are very authentically who they are, and that's what draws me to them.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the final hour. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. This is normally part when I would say Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. We don't have that, all right? We're working through everything today. So that's why I went and got Brian Hughes, and I said, hey, Brian, want to play radio today?
It's always fun to play radio.
Sure.
I've been playing radio all day today.
It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Dave Allen here with you, Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Now, again, normally, if there's anything normal about this show, it's you can count on between 2:30 and 3. We do Open Line West Virginia, where we turn it over to you via the text line, via the phone line, so on and so forth. But we've been battling with some technology issues, all caused by Brian Hughes and this nasty storm a couple days ago. So we are currently without the aid of phone service and without a text line and without
I'm getting the password for the text line right now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Okay.
We had just sent a text message out and said, can I get your password for the text line?
Well, that's really good because I don't have that. So there you go. Nice to know. And you know, when I brought you on the show last week, like on the local show last Friday, you come in here sporting this really nice Metro News dress shirt, and I'm like, hey, that's nice. I don't have one of those. Was it part of your signing bonus? We'll give you this and a shirt.
The signing bonus, I understand, is probably going to be back pay.
Okay, there you go. We're kidding. All right, but the meteorologist Brian Hughes is here. We are going to talk about the weather just a little bit. And I had scheduled a guest in the 2 o'clock hour today. That guest will return tomorrow. And if that's not going to happen, then Brian Hughes will come back again tomorrow. All right, so is this like the aftermath of the storm that we're seeing in a lot of areas right now? Because I was talking to Margaret O'Neill about from the United Way of Central West Virginia and 211. We talked to Tracy Strickland a little bit earlier from Kanawha County Collective. They're still seeing a lot of people right now because of the storm that happened, 48 hours or so ago. Maybe a little bit more, depending on where you live. I mean, we're all still suffering through this thing, right?
Yeah, and that's the issue. Listen, what I said last week. No matter what, if the ice comes to fruition, which it surely did, we've got infrastructure issues that would last into the coming week, and which is this week. And you look at, for instance, like let's say Optimum, it's down, internet's down, CityNet went down. CityNet's on the backbone. Optimum is, I don't believe they're actually on the backbone, but they've got the big pipe that comes in. But what we know is that most likely, because nobody's digging around, nobody's digging at all with backhoes around this region unless you've got a massive pipe that's burst or something. Yeah. But that means that somewhere a massive trunk line comes above the ground and it has either someone's wrecked into it, someone has, trees fallen on it, power line has come down, and that's why you always see fiber that's being buried. So you've got the major problems there that power lines are down. You have maybe a facility that has gone completely down because the generator didn't have enough fuel in it. things of that nature, and you can't get up to that spot, that location where that all the fiber is housed. So there's all these things you try and figure out the fail safes. And even in this company, listen, the emails going back and forth at 12:45 this morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Of trying to get here's the solution. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Those are the things that you as a person at home needs to think about. What happens if this goes down? Do I have a backup for that? What happens if the fridge goes out when I've got all the food? Well, guess what? Outside, you just set it outside and everything.
Now, it might actually freeze outside.
Exactly. So you've got to think about a lot of these things. But the infrastructure issues will last to some degree, not entirely, but to some degree into next week.
And even things like, I know in Kanawha County last night, and maybe other areas as well, there was an issue with AT&T cellular service.
Right.
I think that they were able to get that fixed, but then earlier today, I have Verizon, and there was an issue with Verizon cellular service. And so these things are all related to you.
Right, exactly. Blame it on the weatherman as the sky is falling. But you look at everything that's going on, and you've got to think about all the backup stuff. And so, for instance, like at my boat, which is literally a floating television and radio studio, I've got battery backups, and then when those can last me 2 to 3 hours. Then I've got generator, but I also have T-Mobile home internet that has stayed up through the entirety of this event. I also have Starlink. And, you're looking, and those, by the way, and here's what's interesting about Starlink is that you can get to the internet. Let's say, I think they've got a substation that's down, it's either in Western Virginia or far southern West Virginia, and that's where it brings the data in, gets it to the internet backbone, and it keeps on trucking. If one of those goes down, it's fine. It relays it to another one or another one. It goes to New York because my IP address actually shows up in New York. It goes up into New York. And you can find all the hubs where all these locations are. But that's what you have to think about with technology these days. Is how are we going? You have line 1. That was CityNet. You had line 2. That was Optimum. Now you got to think about lines 3 and 4.
Yeah, and I think sometimes what we forget, and I don't mean we as a company, I don't mean us. I mean just in general, is how dependent that we all are, in no matter what the business is, on the internet and things of that nature, and cell phones and things like that. I mean, we have become, and thank God we have them, but then when they go out, I wish we had them sometimes.
And that's what, and I'll tell you how this works. For instance, with WSAZ, WOWK, and WCHS, for DirecTV and for Dish, they actually have this. Mind you, this boggles my mind. They have a receive site that's out in Nitro, and so they take in all the over-the-air signals into there, and then they send it up to both satellite providers. But do you know that Dish and Direct refused to accept our fiber going in there? We said, we'll give you fiber because that's more reliable than our over-the-air signal. And they said, no, it doesn't meet our requirements. The uptime for fiber was better than the over-the-air signal. So you think about those things. Google put in at each of the stations their own fiber line for YouTube TV. So that way they got the highest quality signal coming directly out of the machines producing it all. And so you look at the way Google approached it was, we're doing our own thing. We know you've got...
Because we're Google.
Exactly.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we got all the money. We can do all that. So, and mind you, this is me coming from the TV business and being a part of the radio business and everything else, knowing how some of these things are. But also, I know there was a radio station in Huntington that whenever it looked like a big storm was going to come, they'd rent a generator and take it up to the top of the hill before the storm came in. But why didn't they just buy a generator? So
we have that.
Yeah, but these are the things you look at and you go, okay, how are we going to prepare? And it's companies, it is individuals,
right? And let's kind of bring it back to individuals for a moment. And we all, present company included, are probably not as prepared as what we should be for situations like this. And again, I'm talking about individuals in their families. Guilty as charged. Now, my wife, and you know my wife very well, being a competitive shopper, we're
supermarket
good.
sweep style.
We're good on food. I mean, trust me, we're good on. During the pandemic, toilet paper. Oh man, we're toilet paper. We could clean with the paper towels that are in my closet. We could clean up the Exxon Valdez oil spill. And it's not that she goes out and buys all these things because she's hoarding. But She just likes a good deal.
Right.
And you're always going to need it, and it's not going to expire. All right. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't have simple things, Brian, like making sure they still have a flashlight, making sure they have gas in their car. That doesn't mean when there's a sign of a storm that you go out and you fill up every vehicle in the neighborhood. That means making sure that you have adequate gasoline. These are things that we all should do. We all talk about it when a storm rolls through, and then we all forget about it. Again, present company included.
You're right. And listen, even for me, I mean, this morning I got a phone call here at the radio station. Hey, we need some help. And I said, okay, I'll be right in. Guess what? My battery on my truck. I thought it was back. I thought it just lost a charge for maybe I left something on it. It wouldn't turn over today at all. I got to go buy a brand new battery. Mm-hmm. And so all of us, those of us who even prepare and have fail safes and everything else, because I'm one of those people. I have fail safe after fail safe after fail safe. I've been traveling around with my stern wheel boat as we go to all these festivals. We have backup pumps, we have backup fuel injectors, we have this and that and everything else because you never know what's going to break. Mm-hmm. But even I, that failed. What am I going to do? I got to go get a new battery. Mm-hmm. So we don't think about some of the stupidest things. It's some of the most simple things. But yeah, flashlight. I've got 7 of them. Mm-hmm. 3 of them do not work because I need AAA batteries.
I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We had a situation one time with my wife and I that we had a garage and it had an automatic garage door opener. We did not know how to disable it when the power went out. We had to try to find the owner's manual to figure out exactly because we'd never lived in our previous house. This is the first time we'd had a garage. We always had a carport, and then we moved to Tays Valley where they require you have a garage. They don't really require that. But we were like, okay, the power's out. How do we get the vehicle out? So we had to go get the owner's manual. You might want to try to find these things out. Meteorologist Brian Hughes is here. I wanted to bring you in today a little bit to kill time, but also I wanted to let people statewide get to know you a little bit better because you've been in the television market down here, and they may have seen you
on the statewide shows.
But I wanted to let people get to know you because there's somebody right now going, wait, the guy lives on a boat, and we're going to talk about that story coming up a little bit later on. But what I do want to talk about right now, though, where we are as far as the weather, because we're getting out of this storm, so to speak. The cold temperatures aren't going anywhere. You said on our shows yesterday that there would be some wraparound squalls. I woke up in Tays Valley with another 2 inches of snow this morning.
And you saw that post that I made last night about it.
I'm actually not totally upset about that because, to be honest with you, in my neighborhood, the snow covered up the ice a little bit.
Yeah, and it gave me a little traction.
It gave me a little bit more traction.
Yeah.
It was easier to get out of my neighborhood this morning with 2 inches of snow than what it was yesterday afternoon at when I got home at 4 o'clock. It was actually easier this morning when the snow. Now we want to be careful and realize that you got to be that's still ice under there. But it did give me a little bit of traction.
Right, and even the mayor, you had the Charleston mayor on this morning, and she talked about, we can't throw salt at any of this right now because it doesn't work, but the snow is our benefactor, or it helps us. Yeah. We're the benefactor of that snow because it gives us more traction. And we're going to have, tonight, across the state, we have a chance for a few flurries. These clouds that are starting to move in across the region, it's going to be so cold going into this evening and tonight that any cloud can produce flurries. And so we have a chance for flurries every day this week because clouds are moisture. Mm-hmm. And so you could be standing there and go, was that a flurry I just saw? And then maybe about 10 seconds, there's another flurry. That's kind of what we're going to see. But we do have just a little wave of energy that moves through this evening. And most of that is going to be the better snow flakery, as I like to call it. Because
that's an official meteorological term, by the way.
It's like nuclear. I George W. Bush a lot of things these days. No. As my grandmother used to say, I'd take George Bush back any day right now. And that was for a Democrat and for a Republican that was in the White House. So just so we're clear. But we look at that's going to be this evening. A little bit of that flurry activity, and
that's statewide.
Statewide. There's that chance for tonight, and then we have another chance for some very light. So it looked like it was going to be a little more robust Wednesday night into Thursday, but now it looks like it's just going to be a light dusting again Wednesday night into Thursday, and then it's the I'll tell you this about the weekend. The weekend storm, the one that, as I said on Monday, I showed you the numbers. I was like, if this happens, it's apocalyptic. How much snow? But I told you, and I told a couple other folks, I need to start writing a list down of who I tell what to, so that way I make sure I check it off. But I said to a number of folks, that storm system, I am not going to post anything on the internet about it because, first of all, the social mediaologists, those kids, they posted it right up, and instantly, guess what happened?
Yeah.
I started getting flooding with questions
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I would brought it up internally, and I sometimes do that privately to say, hey, just so you know, this is what it looks like right now. This is going to change, but I want you to know in case anybody says something. But that one, the European model has kept it for the last now 24-plus hours off the East Coast.
And that's a long time here's what I know about it, not a lot, but that's a long time for a model to keep things in one area without a shift.
Right, exactly, because it was over the Carolinas and right over West Virginia. I mean, it looked bad. The American model came back this morning and said, yep, we're getting snow Saturday into Sunday, and it looked like it's going to be a decent little chunk. Nothing like what the European had originally. But that, we're still, as Ari Sarsolari on Fox Weather, by the way, I'll mention him a number of times. He's a very good friend of mine, but also very smart meteorologist. He has a lot of smart meteorologists on his program, Fox Weather at Night, if you ever get to watch it. And, he said, folks, we just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. The moment we do get a good feel for it and we all come in line and go, yeah, it's looking more like that, that's when we're going to tell you. And right now, it's Tuesday. The best we could say is tomorrow we could say with a little more confidence, now that's what we think is going to happen. Mm-hmm. But that one, thankfully, with most forecast models, has stayed offshore for the most part.
Is it still looking pretty wicked for Myrtle Beach? Because that's what you told me.
Yeah, actually, I literally have the European forecast model pulled up right here. And if there's anything, Myrtle Beach gets snow with the European and with the American forecast model. And if we were to look at the winter weather parameters for snow, and let's see, we're going to go down to here to regional. Ta-da. This is how fast we can actually pull forecast models up on our computers and laptops. And mind you, I'm doing it through a hotspot. It shows Myrtle Beach would have anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of snow, and inland 5 to 7 inches worth of snow across parts of North and South Carolinas.
All right, so when you're talking about 5 to 7 inches or whatever it was in Myrtle Beach, I mean, that may as well be
that's apocalyptic times.
That's like us having maybe a foot here, right?
And actually, I'm sorry, that was by Saturday at 7 a.m. This actually has by Sunday morning at sunrise 10 inches of snow
in Myrtle Beach. In Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, but as of right now, we're not looking.
We're not looking at that being a problem for us.
Okay,
it is a South Carolina, North Carolina storm, if anything. Hatteras and such. But
areas that aren't normally prepared for things like that. Hurricanes, we got you.
They got you. Exactly. They're like we're strapping up our boots. We're pros. But no,
get the blender out. We're ready to go.
Right, exactly. But West Virginia's beach, it looks like it's going to get some snow. And now, but I'll tell you this: the forecast models have been firmly entrenched on as of the last about 30 hours. About the last 30 hours, they've been entrenched on the Carolinas getting a snowstorm Saturday into Sunday.
Okay, but as of right now, not so much here.
Yeah, not so much here. I mean, I think the most between now and Sunday morning, the most snow in the state would be up at Canaan Valley, and it's about 3 to 4 inches.
Well, and they want it up there,
They got 18.5 inches in the storm, and that was straight snow.
Right. I was talking to the mayor, as you said, on the local show, and we'll take a break. The mayor on the local show in Charles this morning, and of course she's from Wheeling, and she was talking about the amount of snow that her sister got.
And Karen.
But we're talking about here, in Charleston, we did not get that much snow, but by golly, we got the ice. We got the freezing, and as you said, we would.
And let me, you know what? And I want to say one thing about her sister. She is hilarious.
I've actually met her. And Karen, I know.
And Karen is the whimsical. Head in the clouds, all kinds of fun, and laughs at everything. And the Charleston mayor, Amy Goodwin, is has everything written down, knows everything.
Yeah.
They are the yin and yang of each other, and
right.
I love them.
All right, we got to take a break. More with Brian Hughes coming up. Stay with us.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Poca Valley has proudly served
All
the citizens of
children
Rome,
deserve the
Kanawha,
best start.
Putnam, and
That
surrounding
includes-
counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Coming to the Beckley Convention Center, Saturday 23rd and 24th. Who are the toughest men and women in the state of West Virginia? Watch Tough Man live on Metro News Television to find out. Featured fights, top 5 finishes, and event archives. Download Metro News Television on iPhone, iPad, Android, Roku, LG TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Find out more at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
On the next State of Minds.
People appreciate cool tattoos and they appreciate good tattoos. It's a way to make yourself different.
What do you think would fit me?
I think a ninja. A ninja with 2 swords.
Welcome back to the show. 229 Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Hey, tomorrow is Wednesday, and you know what that means. We recognize another wonderful West Virginian for doing great things in his or her community. Somebody that's done a lot of work with storm recovery would be really good right now. Somebody that's been running errands for people or making sure people have everything that they need or whatever. This is something we started doing when Amanda and I started doing the show last year, was just trying to recognize people for doing good things in their community. We do it during the 1 o'clock hour every Wednesday, but we need your help. Drop us an email, midday@wvmetronews.com. It's midday@wvmetronews.com. Reach out to either one of us on social media, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook for me, or at Dave A70 on X, or you can also reach out to Amanda tomorrow, or anytime, I should say. Then at 1 o'clock, we'll tell you who this week's wonderful West Virginian is. Again, no open line West Virginia today. We are going to continue our coverage with Brian Hughes, meteorologist, when we come back. Stay with us. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Mike Nolting. House Bill 4574 establishes an emergency fund for struggling school districts in the state. However, it'll likely undergo some significant changes. For an hour today, members of the Senate Education Committee debated that measure. Senate Education Chairwoman Amy Nicole Grady.
To make sure that it's not something that counties just turn around and say, well, big deal, we're in the red, we'll just get a loan from the state. We want to make sure that's not their first. We want it to be something that is definitely last case scenario, worst case scenario.
The bill establishes a temporary shortfall fund to provide loans to counties to make sure they can meet payroll and essential costs. The Senate also considering 3 bills relating to the state school vaccine policy. The bills create religious exemptions for K through 12 students, college students, and expand medical exemptions by shifting authority from the state to treating physicians. Get updates from the state capitol at wvmetronews.com. As brutal cold temperatures continue with no immediate end in sight, warming shelters opening up across the state. Meadowbrook Mall in Bridgeport is one of those sites, and in Morgantown, Catholic Charities operating a facility with the State Coalition to End Homelessness at 10 West Run Road. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
What you need to know today is just a click away. WVMetroNews.com has the latest statewide news stories from the capital city to your hometown. Follow your favorite sports teams from high school to the pros. Hunting and fishing information is always on the outdoors page. And never miss your favorite Metro News program with live streams and archived episodes. Wherever you are in the Mountain State, the information you need is at WVMetroNews.com.
Appalachian Power has statewide outages down to below 4,000. The number without power in Kanawha County now below 3,000. Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin thanks residents for their patience, and she's asking for a little more. On WCHS 580 Live, Goodwin said the transfer station is closed due to the weather. They're trying to move as much refuse as possible, but acknowledges they won't be able to get to every address. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where first-hand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
We got 26 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Metro News Midday is powered by Salango Law. Visit SalangoLaw.com. Meteorologist Brian Hughes is here. And, I'm looking over to my right where you are, and I'm seeing, radio guy now, but longtime TV guy.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the glass in here at the iconic Dave Weekley in here. And I'm looking, and I am surrounded by television genius.
Because what did he used to do?
What?
Well, what did he?
Oh, you mean on television?
Yeah.
He did a little sporty sport thing.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. And he
tried to do weather, didn't he?
He was also a weather guy, too. That's what I was getting ready to say. He's also a weather guy. I might bring Weekley in a little bit later on to have him, maybe you guys can tell old TV stories. All right, here's what I want to do right now. We can talk more about the weather a little bit later on. And again, no open line West Virginia today. Some technical issues. We hope to get it fixed tomorrow. Also, Wilson and Meadows will not be at the Capitol this week. They should be there next week. Okay. Let's get to know Brian Hughes.
Okay.
All right. Hometown. Where are you from?
So I was born accidentally in Oklahoma.
Born accidentally or conceived accidentally?
Well,
that's
probably,
another. No.
exactly,
Whoa. Sorry.
I was actually born in Oklahoma, in Durant, Oklahoma, Durant. It's 90 miles due north of Dallas, right across the river. I was supposed to be born in Denison, Texas, but my family was across the river in Oklahoma, along Lake Texoma, and they were visiting friends. And then next thing you know, I was born in Oklahoma.
Okay.
So I was supposed to be born in Denison, Texas. It never happened. But I grew up between there and Lubbock, Texas.
Okay.
And so
and went to college at?
Texas Tech University.
All right.
I was the
Be careful saying that around Morgantown.
Well, I'm going to say this. I am always a Mountaineer fan, and I cheer for Marshall as well.
Absolutely.
Because those were not my colleges. But I live here, and I do cheer for them all the time. But the moment that you were playing Texas Tech University, all the blue and gold and the green and white, it's all gone, and it is
understood though.
Yeah,
I mean, I think people would be wrong if they thought you'd have, if they wanted you to change that.
Right.
I mean, to go against your alma mater.
Right.
You know?
I have a ton of red and black in my wardrobe, and on that football game in the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I do apologize that we whipped WVU like we did. But at the same time, too, we had to prove something to the country that Texas Tech is a real deal right now.
Okay.
And so we were a part of history, but I apologize.
And then after that, you can go back to cheering for the Mountaineers again.
Right, and I absolutely do. But the reason my passion for Texas Tech is so great is, first of all, I was the mascot for Texas Tech University.
And what is the mascot?
That is so we have two. We have the live mascot, which is the masked rider, which rides the horse. You see it coming out on the field. And then we have the cartoon mascot, which is Raider Red. And I hate this description, but it's the only way to equate it. Looks like Yosemite Sam.
Okay, all right.
But the big white hat, if you watch the...
now, which one were you?
I was the cartoon mascot.
Of course.
Yes. I was one. I did all... I caused pure hell for the management of the facilities there because I did things that a mascot should probably not do a lot of times.
Imagine that.
I know. Hanging from the goal to doing flips on the court, riding bikes.
Is there video of this out there anywhere?
This was
on YouTube?
Nothing, because this is way before I'm that old. YouTube was not invented. The internet would barely existed.
But I would think though that there should be video out there somewhere.
There's probably
Stephanie, go seek that out, Stephanie. Video of Brian Hughes.
I have a couple of pictures. I can show you. I have a picture or two on my phone here. I'll try and get it.
Okay. Well, and by the way, if you're not following Brian Hughes on social media, Facebook, you make sure that you do, because it's a good weather follow and other things too. But go ahead.
But when I graduated from my college mascot duties, I became the public address announcer for men's and women's basketball at Texas Tech, and also the baseball announcer. I was back up for football. Never got to do a football game, but I was this close one day because the guy was so sick. But I was the public address announcer for James Dickey, who was part of the that Final Four team that went back in the mid '90s, and then Darvin Ham. Was around him and stuff when he broke the backboard in the NCAA tournament. But I was then the public address announcer, so I'm the guy that goes, that's a Red Raider 3. Get real deep with the mic so that way the voice
I love doing
drops.
PA, and it's
so much fun.
I've only done PA for high school. I've never done it beyond high school, but man, I had a good time. I had a great time.
When you get into college,
yeah, I can imagine.
There's a timeout on the floor. It's at 16, 12, 8, and 4 minutes left. You get to do all that. But I was Bobby Knight's public address announcer.
So did you get to hang out with Bobby Knight?
I did. His wife, Karen, much better person than he ever was. God rest his soul. But I was part of the scores table that he fired one night. So I've been fired by Bobby Knight.
Well, put that on a resume.
Listen, the old CEO, he's like, you've been fired by Bobby Knight? Yes, I have.
Nice.
But just, immediately the basketball management staff came over and said, because he's fired the whole scores table, because we got a foul wrong. Someone miscommunicated. And so anyways, you're off. Yeah, there were F-bombs going everywhere. You obviously can't say it here, but
please don't.
I won't, because that would make me fired. But this all happened, and we're all like, what's going on? He's like, everybody get out, blah, blah, blah. He's raising all kinds of HE double hockey sticks. And then next thing you know, the management staff comes over, assistant athletic directors, vice presidents. They're like, no, you all staying. You cannot leave. We can't do a game without you, blah, 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 blah. After the game, he never apologized, but his son apologized to us.
As long as somebody did.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what was it about this whole weather thing that appealed to you? Because you're a radio guy.
Yeah.
It took you a little while to get back into business, but you're a radio guy. But what was it about the weather thing because whenever you're passionate about something, there will be people that will say, I knew from the time I was 5 or 6 years old I wanted to do this. And then there's other people that will say, yeah, I just kind of fell into it. So what is it for you?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. And this is what my aunt texted me the other day, because she was talking about, the kind of work I've done and everything else. And she said to me, she said, I want to tell you something about what you did as a little kid and what this means, what this should mean to you. And that is that you are, let's see where it is right here. She goes, you always used to get up on the fireplace hearth, and you would give us the forecast. And then you was saying, you give us the forecast in front of mom and dad. And then afterwards you would sing, I love a rainy night.
Okay.
And then and that was when I was 4 and 5 years old.
You missed my joke there, because I was going to say you were 28 at the time, but it's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
But
there was like hints then. Okay, this is something I want to do. See, it was the same thing with me in radio. I mean, so many people like that I encountered like later in life, like family members, distant family members, say, I always knew you'd do something like that.
Yeah, and the local radio station, I was always playing the games on the radio station. They have the contests and stuff. And finally, they said, hey, do you want to come in here and work for us?
Because you've already won everything here.
Yeah, you can't win anything. The prize closet has been emptied by Brian Hughes.
Yeah.
And so I went to the Radio Ranch and started working there. I worked at KLL Radio, which is in Lubbock, Texas, KLLL, home of Buddy Holly sang the first jingles for KLL.
Nice.
And then also Waylon Jennings was a disc jockey there. And then I think I've told you this before. I was the first radio disc jockey in America to ever play the Dixie Chicks.
Story, please.
Story here. Here it goes.
I mean, I've heard it, but
yeah.
listen.
So Sharon Maines was my first co-anchor, and that is Natalie Maines' aunt. But the entire Maines family, I've known them for years, decades now. And Lloyd, they had the West Texas Music Hour hosted by the Maines Brothers Band. The Maines Brothers Band were offered a contract by RCA. And because of their wives and they had a couple kids, they turned them down. You know who they gave that contract to? Alabama.
Really?
Yes. So they turned it down. They turned around and then got Alabama. Well, the Maines Brothers Band still played all around Texas, West Texas, and Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado. And so Lloyd Maines is Natalie Maines' dad. So on Sunday evenings at 9 o'clock, we hosted the West Texas Music Hour, and we featured all West Texas artists all around. And we played West Texas country music. And so he flew in, and they said, listen, Lloyd's going to come here at the last minute, and then we're going to do the show. And so literally he flew in on the Southwest Airlines flight, walked into the studio, and handed me a disc and a CD. And it's in Sharpie on the top. It said Dixie Chicks. That was it. And he said, he put this in the whatever CD player. He said, we're going to play tracks. And immediately he goes, and right before we went on the air, he goes, hey, Brian, hold on. I just want to let you know, you're the first person in America to ever play the Dixie Chicks on the radio. And I went, okay. Because I was not privy to what was going on.
This and $2 to get me a junior bacon cheeseburger. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. And so I did. We had Wide Open Spaces. We had all the other songs, and we played them. But it wasn't until about 3, maybe 4 weeks later, all of a sudden I went, oh, my God. I played the Dixie Chicks. And then they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now they're the Chicks.
I'll say this about the Dixie Chicks. One of the 2 or 3 best concerts I ever saw in my life. Oh my gosh, when they played, and I'm not getting into the political aspect of anything like that. I am just saying, when they were at the height of their popularity, a friend of mine called me. He was a Pepsi rep, and he called me and he said, I've got tickets to this concert. Would you and your wife like to go with us? And I said, yeah, okay. Saturday night was Coliseum Convention Center, just the Charleston Civic Center at the time. Absolutely one of the best concerts I ever saw. They had no opening act, if I remember correctly. They came out and they played for 3 hours. They played the Sanford and Son theme. I mean, and it was, and I love Sanford and Son, my all-time favorite television show. And it was one of the 2 or 3 best concerts I ever saw. Those girls absolutely were fantastic. All right, I
love them.
I got to take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
It's high school basketball season, and Metro News Television has you covered. Rivalries, buzzer beaters, classic hardwood competition. Watch live and on demand from gyms across the Mountain State. Stream Metro News Television on your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select smart TVs. Or visit MetroNewsTV.com for more information. High school basketball lives here on Metro News Television.
Check out the full story, WVNrich.com, a video presentation sponsored by Huntington Bank. Proud to be invested in the future of West Virginia. Meteorologist Brian Hughes is here. Getting to know Brian a little bit. All right, so how do you get into the TV weather game?
Well, I'll tell you this. It was actually by death.
Nice.
I kid you not. So
you were accidentally born, and then somebody died.
Then somebody
learning
died.
a lot today.
Yeah. So chief meteorologist in Lubbock, Texas, John Robinson at the NBC station there. I was, when I worked overnights at the country radio station, he'd call Sunday night and to record the weather for the next morning for the morning show.
Yep.
So called the line, and I recorded it. I talked to him all the time. He and I got along quite well, and we got to know each other more. And then finally one day I said, "Can I come intern at the station?" He goes, "Well," that's the way he always, "well," he goes, "Is it for credit?" And I said, "No, because I'm not at that point in my college stuff." And I said, I want to come in and help out. And he was like, "Well, I'm sure we could work that out." And about a week later, I said, "Come on in."
Mm-hmm.
So I came in, and I was there 5 days a week,
right,
Monday through Friday, helping out. And then next thing you know, his dad passed away.
Okay.
And he was, I mean, he was distraught, but he was in his mid to late 40s, and so his dad was in his about mid 60s, mid to late 60s, and he said, "I've got to go take care of my dad." And at the time, they had him and the morning show guy, but they did not have a weekend weather person.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, that week, the morning guy tried to kind of took care of for a few days the morning and evening shows, and then he got to the weekends. They said, "We're going to hire you. You're going to do the morning and noon show all next week, but you need to train over the weekend to make sure you're good." So all I had that next week were khaki Wrangler jeans, a big old belt buckle, boots, and a few ties, and a Navy jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on the air with Natalie Maines' aunt, Sharon Maines. And Sharon Maines and I, to this day, still message back and forth all the time.
Well, that's good.
So that's how I got in it. And then after that week, they offered. It was a palatial contract. I mean, it was one of those you go, woo.
What is the weather like in Lubbock on average?
It is dry and
Okay.
hot.
Okay.
But in the winter, it is cold and dry. But then you get some big time, like this was a big snowstorm out there and ice. But the weather, so the 1970 Lubbock tornado was a dry line. It's a massive separation of warm moist air and warm dry air. And it's called a dry line. Everybody, people are smart about the weather in West Texas. They know once that dry line passes, you're good to go. The storms are going to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be well east of us.
Right.
But it was a retreating dry line. Thunderstorms moved east of Lubbock, and the thunderstorms there collapsed and fell apart. But what it did, it pushed the dry line back across Lubbock, so it became west of the town, west of the city. And then there was so much instability. These thunderstorms developed, and then that F5 tornado, Ted Fujita based his scale for tornadoes on the Lubbock tornado. And that F5 tornado came through, killed all kinds of people, blew right through the middle of town, and there's still a high-rise building that is twisted in downtown Lubbock from that Lubbock tornado.
Wow.
And so you have cotton. It's the home of cotton, and West Texas is the king of cotton. You find it down in Alabama and Georgia, or you find it in West Texas.
All right, and so you leave Lubbock. We're running out of time here. Quickly. Oh, no, you're fine. Give us the cities you went to after that.
So Lubbock, then back to Dallas, then I went to Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, then to Flint, Michigan. Boy, that was an experience. And then came down here. But when I came down here, my agent said, "You're going to do great in Charleston." I said, "I love it." I said, "All right, got an apartment picked out. Everything's ready to go." And he goes, "West Virginia's going to love you." And I went, "West for what?"
I knew this story.
And he goes, "Yeah, West Virginia." I said, "I thought it was South Carolina."
Yeah.
And in less than an hour, I had to study up West Virginia, and I was ready for the Skype interview.
What was it that made you want to stay here, though? Because you had opportunities to go other places, and we're happy to have you on the team. But what was it quickly about what made you want to stay in West Virginia?
They were begging me to come work at the Weather Channel. Jim Cantori is a very good friend of mine. But I just liked it here. I had friends that I met. I fell in love with the region, and I felt finally in my life comfortable where I was.
We didn't even get to the boat because people would be surprised. A lot of people that don't know that you actually
live on a stern wheel boat.
We'll save that for
and
another
I'm president of the American Stern Wheel Association. It's our 50th anniversary this year.
And you also head up the regatta in Charleston.
Yeah. Well, I help run it. I don't head it up.
Okay.
There's a lady in a corner office that would shoot me if I said I was running it.
But you're one of the main players.
I help do fundraising, and we're doing it right now.
All right. We'll be back after this. Stay with us.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all
leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia. The High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan.
Scared away.
Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
Tried to cut me down. I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community.
The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org.
A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Well, hopefully things will sort of get back to normal here tomorrow, whatever normal is. Dave Weekly's coming up with a hotline. How you doing, man?
I'm ready to go. I'm enjoying your conversation with Brian.
All right, Brian is. All right, you two guys say something in TV that I wouldn't understand.
Are you going to run that SOT after the story?
Yes. Let's see. VO to SOT, 10 seconds in. Out cue, back to you.
See, I understood most of that, so you guys are going to have to work harder.
Okay, well,
I wasn't expecting.
I mean, I was trying to think, what do I need to do? No, the back to you and a one-fingered salute is sometimes how it works in the TV business. It happens off camera.
Does in radio too. All right, guys, thanks a lot. See you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.